Thank you very much. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Big Brother's Big Brain, Big Brother's new live psychology show. Now, it's very exciting. Over the next 13 weeks, we're going to delve into the minds of the housemates from selection to eviction and really see the movers, the shakers, the players and the haters. Thank you. We've had exclusive access to them way before they even went into the house. We've been conducting tests on them for weeks, and we're going to be drip feeding you our findings over the course of the series. On tonight's show, we're going to be getting to know who the blue blazes these housemates actually are and seeing how they're settling into house life 5 days in. Now, joining us today for 30 minutes of intense analysis are some of the finest and most intimidating minds in the land. And for those viewers who dropped clinical psychology for woodwork at school, I'm on hand to interpret. So, based on first impressions, what does the future hold? Here to tell us just that is our very own mild-mannered expert. By day, he's a psychophysiologist. Got it right. By night, his big brain's fruitcake early warning system is Dr. Harry Witchel, everybody. Hey, nice to see you, Harry. So, first things first, Harry, what do you think of the housemates as a group so far? What stages are they going through?
What we just saw today is extraordinary. So we began the day with Shabazz saying, okay, housemates, are we united or are we going to fall apart? And we end the day with Shabazz himself at the end of the night secretly going about and sabotaging everyone's food. So what we're seeing in terms of team building is they're going through the process of forming, storming and norming.
Talk us through those because you're scaring me already with the techno babble. Forming's first?
Forming is first. So they meet each other, they get first impressions, but they're not very successful at doing any of their tasks. Storming is when they actually know a bit more about the house, but there's all sorts of conflicts between the different housemates. Essentially, they can't get anything done because there's all sorts of conflict. And the conflict arises, of course, because of Shabazz. Everyone else is united, but Shabazz has created all sorts of things so they can't shop right, they can't get things washed correctly. Yep. There's all sorts of mess.
Okay, so obviously Shabazz made the most noticeable impression for you on launch night, right?
Absolutely.
I'm fascinated by Shabazz because my opinion of him is he's had the most disastrous first weekend in Big Brother history in terms of being divisive, because normally we see this kind of thing happen in maybe week 4, week 3, week 4. So, I mean, where's he gone wrong?
Shabazz has really gotten everyone's hackles up much too early on by essentially becoming too close and trying to grab too much, both in terms of people. His body language is disastrous.
So literally?
Yes, he's grabbing people constantly from the body language and stuff, and also that it's taken as aggressive as well. So if we look at Shabazz's body language, he gets very close to people and actually grabs them. Now, body language like that might be acceptable in another culture. Maybe say the Italians would go on but in terms of the time he spends and how close he gets to people, he's going right over the limit with our culture.
Okay, we've got a few clips that you've picked out for us. Let's take a look at the Shabazz invasion.
You smell gorgeous.
Thank you.
Leah, Shabazz.
Shabazz.
I'll look after you. I'll look after you.
Yeah.
I'll look after you.
Don't worry. Hi. Who? George. Hi, George.
Terrifying and possessed are the two words that come to my mind. And the first time of many in this series, we have a slow-mo replay. I'd like you to talk us through. Now, for me, what freaks me out here are the eyes. He never, even though she's not even looking at him,
it's amazing.
he never breaks eye contact with her. And he follows her all the way and then comes back. My own personal stalker, a Fisher-Price toy.
Weird.
Okay, talk us through that. What is with those eyes?
Okay, he's staring at her because he's actually trying to maintain control over her, and he's also looking at her. He won't let go. He's getting too close in. He's also holding her, if you notice, at the same time, even though she's actually trying to greet someone else. He's trying to control the entire situation. He's actually kissing Leah's kissing one person, while Shabazz is still trying to hold her and keep control of her himself.
You've got another example for us, which is Mikey. Can we just see that?
Yeah, definitely. So there's Mikey. Mikey's not that interested in hanging on with Shabazz. He gets his 2 kisses, but look, Shabazz isn't satisfied with that. She puts up her hand and she puts it down.
Up and he's absolutely, you see,
he's holding under his hand.
Come back to me.
He can't actually get enough of him.
I mean, he was everywhere that night, wasn't he? It was just extraordinary. Who else has made an impression on you that first night?
Really, I think the other thing, I got something out of Lisa as well. So Lisa is not actually, at the very beginning, she didn't really project herself out properly to other housemates, and she became, in a sense, a housemate apart.
See, this is interesting, because this is the stuff we're paying you for. Because I mean, Shabazz, you just see and you go, But, I mean, Lisa, you know, this is a bit more subtle, so take a look at this.
Okay.
Hello? Alright, how you doing? You alright?
Now, Harry, with all due respect, for me, that is a girl just saying hello. But what did you read into it?
There were loads of different people who said hello. There are many different ways. The way she said it was, hello? That's a bit of if there's a question involved, she's actually holding back. And then she just says, all right, over and over again. But that question is, if you like, holding back. She's being tentative. And she, throughout the rest of the show, or at least for the last few days, has not actually gathered round with other people. There are moments where she actually is eating alone even.
So do you think she's kind of, I wouldn't say self-absorbed, but just kind of, at the moment, interested in herself and her preservation?
Well, I would almost say she's more like a bloke. She's just bad at actually putting herself out and actually making a kind of emotional connections with people. The only emotion she really does well is anger.
Okay, well, you picked out something for us which is really, really subtle. Take a look at it.
Okay.
Okay, talk us through this.
Look at how her weight is on her right foot. Her left foot is moving all over the place. When she's trying to hug Pete, she never actually hugs him properly because she's always actually standing on her back foot. That's very strange. But
What does it tell us, though? You're confusing me with that.
Okay.
That just looks like a foot moving around.
Well, but do you dance around with your front foot when you do that? There's a big difference between actually when you're leaning against somebody and hugging them to be friendly versus if you're hugging them but trying to hug them from a distance. It's almost like she's going through the motion. She's not joining in.
So, okay, well, so what does the future hold, in your opinion, for the house in terms of this forming, norming, storming?
Okay, in terms of them as a team, so long as Shabazz is still in the house, they'll be stuck in this storming state. Now, Shabazz has threatened before to go and that sort of thing. I think if Shabazz were to leave in the next 2 weeks, we might see some dramatic changes. So, for instance, though his presence has masked all sorts of other tensions that have been left unsaid in the house. Everyone else seems united. If Shabazz goes, who are they going to actually vent their spleen on? They might actually completely change the house dynamic. Tensions may evolve just by Shabazz going.
Okay, brilliant. For now, thanks a lot, Harry.
Thank you.
That'll be that.